And what is up, everyone? I am Joe DeHoyos. I'm host of Beyond the Woodline. And before we get started, just a little announcement I like to make before every show. For you guys that don't know, I'm big into the Bigfoot research world. I'm part of the JRG, which is the Jevning Research Group. Uh, I'm the executive director for that group, and we've got teams in Washington, Oregon, West Virginia, Maryland, Tennessee, New York State, Minnesota, Ohio, Michigan, and of course here in Texas. And if you're interested in joining that team, just give me a holler and we'll talk for a bit. You don't have to go out into the field. I know not everybody can. So you can do your research from behind the computer, from behind your laptop, on your phone. You can find spots for us. You can even research areas and find potential witnesses for us too. So if you're interested, man, let me know and we'll be happy to have you. And like I said, man, we accept all walks of life. So don't worry about that. And if you can get out to the field, that's great. And if you can't, no pressure. So with that being said, tonight I have Todd and Leanne, and of course Miss Beth. But real quick, I've got a special guest co-host for you guys. You guys hold on.
What's up, sister?
Thanks, lady.
Hey, Shannon.
Hold on, my screen is doing some crazy stuff. One moment. What's up? What's
Don't blame it on
up?
the screen.
What's up? What's up? This is a different format that I'm used to using here. I don't have my glasses on. Thought it said restroom at first, but restream, gotcha.
So, hey, you know what? Speaking of restroom, before we get started with Todd, Leanne, and Beth, you need to tell us your shower story.
Oh, okay, I've got two.
Yeah, you kind of gave us a cliffhanger yesterday's show, so I want to hear your shower paranormal
I'm
story.
trying to share out. I'm like, just give me a second. Okay,
Yeah.
so the shower story. Okay, I was at Old Park Hotel the first time I investigated there, and it was with Chad Lindbergh, and I'd won the raffle to stay the night there. So there was no one else there except for me, the friend I went with, and then Chad Lindbergh and Lindsay, his ex, and Connie and Dan. And that's when, like, I had, been working with energy and spirit already, but not like as an investigator. So it was all like a captivating, new, exciting world. And so at that point, everything really stimulates you and excites you when you have experiences. You're like, oh, and Old Park is just lit. So I was in one of the bathrooms and I was playing I don't remember what app it was. It was something that would play, say words as they came up in the memory bank and everything. Yeah. And so I was taking a shower in the bathroom in the pink room. And it was in the middle of the night. I was trying to be quiet. Everybody was asleep because I couldn't sleep. I was lit because I was seeing shadow figures leaning over the bed. And I'm just like, it was crazy. So I'm in the shower and all of a sudden I slipped. And when I slipped, I went back real hard and my elbow like slammed against the corner of the shower. And then it goes boom. The word boom came up. So it was just, new to all that, like, yeah, that was a boom. Like the next morning I told him, like, yeah, we heard that because I almost busted hard. But yeah, it was a really cool experience. But yeah, it was like, hey, girl, you need to be careful. You might fall.
My poor sister, she's so accident prone.
I am. So
Yeah, that's her trademark.
my friend's helping me with Liam right now. Their electricity's out. He's bringing some pizza for me so we can keep him quiet and entertained. But I miss you guys.
He's a star. Liam's a star. I'm just saying.
I know, in his own right.
So how you guys been, Todd and Leanne? How's everything going?
We have been great.
Busy.
Busy. Yes.
Yeah, we were talking off the air, man. Every time I look at you guys look like you're having fun, and I think that's like the most important thing, man. As long as you guys are having fun and enjoying yourself, man, that's really what it's all about,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of fun. Usually at my expense, but we have a lot of fun.
Beth knows. Shannon knows a little bit.
Beth?
That was my lovely mama.
I was wondering. I was like, who's that?
Yeah, it wasn't a ghost. It was my lovely mama.
How you been?
You're not gonna get on there and call me a mean ass?
No, she said mean ass.
Ask him, thou shalt receive.
Been doing all right. Almost retired from the paranormal about a week ago because I saw everything I needed to see and one damn night. So, but other than that, I'm doing good.
That's good. When I was putting your bio in the description, uh, I noticed a couple things I wanted to talk about, and one of the things that I really liked about you guys is uh, that you guys have on there that you help historical locations like and getting stuff back, but help preserve the locations. Um, I think that's excellent, and that's great, and that's really good of you guys. What made you guys want to do that?
Well, we've seen so many of these historical locations waste away to nearly nothing, and some of the things that the locations try to do historically and whatnot are not raising enough money to help with the foundation or painting the walls or preserving the location. So we've come in, we've introduced the paranormal to a couple of locations, and they kind of see what's going on with the paranormal in the field. And we're trying to do it the right way. We're trying to do the research beforehand. Beth has been great, helping us with the historian aspect of it, and we're just giving back to the community, especially to our local community. So
Yeah, because
Yeah, like I
COVID
said,
killed a lot of them.
Yeah.
COVID really took a toll because it's already hard enough to get people to come in there. I mean,
right.
people forget about history. Like they're just like, oh, it's there, and they act like it just pays for itself.
Hmm.
And then you don't want. It's so dangerous for location owners, and one of the things that I'll bring up on that, nobody understands how hard it is. Some of these locations, one person can't do it all. Hey, sweet girl. Um, they do the best they can, but then you have these YouTubers, and yes, I'm going to call them out tonight, that like to come in and they like to lie about the locations. If one more person gets attacked by a demon, they're going to get attacked by Beth Allen, because then they'll understand what pain is. But respect these locations, respect the paranormal community. It's turning into a I got attacked by a demon, and
Yeah, it's
hey,
ridiculous.
hey, I'm gonna go investigate. Look how big my fake boobs are. I don't care about your fake boobs.
it's all about. I mean, the YouTube stuff's all about clickbait
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. Nobody cares how many viewers you have. Nobody
Yeah.
cares.
You'll have a caption that says, demon attacked or something, and like Todd said and Beth said, it's a clickbait. And it's a shame
Yeah.
because these locations are amazing places, and if you really get into the history of them and you really truly paranormal investigate these locations, it's amazing the stuff that you will learn, and the spirits will actually talk to you. You know, get the real stuff out there, not this fake stuff. And I know for all of us, I know for Joe and Shannon and Beth and me and Bud, we're very serious about that. Be sincere about it.
Right.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
have your shit together.
Hmm.
Know what you're talking about when you start um, putting information out. One of the things, and this is the location that I will bring up, there is, and this is a historical fact, a little girl, her dress caught fire. She did not burn alive. She suffered for days before she died. And I am so tired of hearing, and there's a little girl spirit here, and she burned alive in the kitchen. No, she
That's
didn't.
sad.
Stop. Stop glorifying horrific things that happen to people in life.
That's right.
Right.
It was already bad enough. Why make it worse?
That's right.
Yeah,
Amen.
I think I look at some of the teams, and it's almost like it's a popularity contest than it is a
It is, Joe.
paranormal
You
research.
got it right, brother. I don't care who likes me.
Yeah, yeah.
I backed way out because I'm like, I can't keep up with this. I don't want to try to. I'm not trying to compete with no one. So I've just kind of said I've gotten the
Right.
shadows now, and I'm loving it.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't do this show because I want to be popular. I mean, I want a good audience that enjoys good information and enjoys good people. That's what I want. You know?
Right.
Yeah,
And if it's
Yeah.
20 people, then so be it.
yeah, you do it for the right reasons, Joe, and that's
Yeah.
why we respect you so much. When it comes to this, because that's doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah. I've invited people on the show and they've asked me how many viewers do you have? Yeah. And I'm like, never mind. We won't
Right.
have to talk.
Right.
No, it's not that important.
It's
But
to
anyway,
get seen. That's the thing people don't understand. Not everybody is available at the same time.
right.
So that doesn't mean they're not going to go back and watch.
Mm-hmm.
Your answer to those folks that ask you how many viewers you have, you say the important ones.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I got
Yeah.
Yeah.
so much out of this. I could care about nothing else. I have met some wonderful, loving human beings and made connections I would not have made.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Family.
Amen, sister.
Yes, very much
I
so.
love you guys. I do.
We
Nice.
love you too.
And then Shannon's
And
mother will beat up anybody who talks shit about me and
And
Shannon's.
I love Kevin's mom too. She's awesome.
She's been really sick. She's pretty much in a wheelchair and walker if she has the energy to now. She's not. Yeah, she's having a hard time right now. And then my dad just had cancer surgery, but I live a lot closer to him now. As far as I moved, and it takes me about 15 minutes to get to their house. So we just had lunch today. But yeah, I was just talking to my friend BioBeth about when we were sitting outside of Old Park Hotel, and my mom was sitting there like, "Just go, just
She
go, just go."
I ain't never seen nothing like it.
Out here.
Shannon's mama was just like, tell him to fucking leave. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off. That's what she said. And when she said that, Joe, I just went like this. Girl, your mama just cussed.
She's like, "Well,
Let your mama know we're thinking about her.
Yes.
I
So
will
anybody
definitely."
that's
She's going to
watching
go to the
right
doctor with me on Tuesday, so to follow up.
or watches this later, please say a prayer for Shannon's parents because
Yeah.
prayer changes things. It is very
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah.
Um, and also, like on your bio, it says you're the first team to host a public investigation at the historic Bell Witch Cave. You guys want to talk about that? Man, this is perfect.
So, yeah, we've been lucky enough to meet the family that owns the property now. We became very close with that family. Uh, they kind of approached us about doing the paranormal. We had some very in-depth conversations with them. Before, I mean, they had a couple of, I think only one YouTube team come in and do a private investigation that kind of messed things up more so than they already were for the
Well,
paranormal.
And
'Cause
then also
before that was
Zach,
Zach
Zach
came in,
B.
came in and kind of destroyed it even more so. So they're kind of giving it another opportunity, giving it another chance. They're having us come in. We're doing one public investigation a month. Uh, we will be breaking up into 3 groups of 10. We've capped it at 30 people, so it'll be a small investigation. There are 3 locations on the farm that we'll investigate. Of course, the cave itself being one of them. We'll investigate the John Bell cabin, which is not the original cabin. It's a
Replica.
replica, and it has artifacts from the original cabin in it. And the 3rd location that we're going to investigate is the Indian burial ground that is above the cave.
I see a road trip coming in my future. It's like,
Danny, come on. You
Come on.
got a place.
You
You,
got a
know
place to
that.
stay.
So,
Come on.
yes.
Do you guys know more about the history of this place, or?
Oh, there is a ton of history.
It's well known in this area, and for us, we grew up in this area, so it's just commonplace. We would take our son there. He basically grew up every year us going to the Bell Witch Cave. But history, taught to read a little bit of it.
And it's like other locations. There's so many different takes on it. People that don't really know shit. They
One of
really
the one of the big things is
saying,
that Tennessee is the only state to recognize a person's death by the supernatural, to where
Wow.
to
yes.
where John Bell was killed by the Bell Witch.
Wow.
You
Oh
know,
wow, that's
Bird
interesting.
dive bomb.
Oh no.
I mean,
Only changing.
there's a great history write up, on the Bell Witch page. Um, it's got everything from when the Bell Witch first started affecting the family, which I believe was in the summer of 1897.
Oh, wow.
That's when the Bell Witch would come in and show herself as different animals, cause different illnesses to the family. Picked up on one of the children for a long time before finally killing John Bell. So, as Beth and Leanne alluded to, there's a lot of differences of opinions out there as to what it is. If it's truly a witch, if it's something from the land, if it's something that's tribal that may have done something. So that's kind of
You guys
why
have
we want to do these investigations out there. We know the story that's been laid out there for years, but we want to see if there's anything more. If there's anything that wants to talk to us and let us in on what really goes on out there.
Hey, Melvin.
Hey,
Hey,
Pop.
Mel. So that's kind of our thing right now, is just trying to bring the history to the surface again. Not necessarily bring the Bell Witch back to start her antics again,
Yeah, no.
but just to communicate and see where we go. We know that the Indian tribe that was in the area was the Choctaw tribe. We have actually had a friend of ours from Old Stone Jail and from the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot Paranormal team, Bill Wilkerson, has come out with the ground penetrating radar. And we've got a story about that when he first came out to do the ground penetrating radar, nothing worked. Couldn't get the system to work. It just wouldn't work. It was charged, it was calibrated, it was ready to go, but that day it didn't work.
And when Zach was a kid and we would go into the cave, Todd actually had a camera that he was using, and it would completely stop working. So a lot of the electronics up there, and Beth can attest to that too, a lot of those electronics, they'll quit working.
They don't work.
So,
Well, when we were up there the first time to do the ground penetrating radar, I was walking across the field with the dowsing rods and had them cross every once in a while and started marking where it would cross. And it was starting to basically mark in a grid. Didn't think much of it. So when Bill got his ground penetrating radar ready to go, went back up there, and just about everywhere where I had placed a stake, he hit for a grave. What we thought may have been a half a dozen or so graves turned into 60 plus graves.
Wow. Wow.
So,
Crazy.
I mean, like I said, the more you look into these things, the more you find.
yeah.
So,
I mean, you never know. Like, and Billy is all over. Like, he's
Mhm.
Kentucky, Tennessee, and he's doing really good work. I mean, and he's doing
Yeah.
it to help families. There's Papa Bear,
hello, Bear.
Hey, Bear.
my Papa. He's doing great things for families as well that are trying to locate family members and family cemeteries. And yeah, he's really good. He works with the um, Simpson County Historical Society in Franklin, Kentucky.
Yeah, that's crazy. How many graves that there were? Were these Native American graves? Do you
Yeah,
know for
right
sure?
there on the Indian burial ground.
Yeah, it was. They're actually Choctaw was the Indian tribe. Yeah, they did.
Beth, were you the one that was with me when we saw them relocating graves when we went to Old Park?
When we were in Ballinger, Me and
Oh
Shannon
wow.
were losing.
Moving them around
arguing.
discreetly.
Yeah, they were.
And there were
come up-
some, yeah. And they were moving them around literally because some of the headstones that they would move it to, because you could tell the ones that had already been buried back over, they weren't that, like, they weren't recent. They were literally moving them out there. And I'm not going, what is going on here? Like,
It's 102 degrees. Shannon and I got a paranormal hangover from hell,
Mhm.
and we're out there like, wait a minute, what?
the fuck is
They're
going
living
on?
things.
They're moving bodies. This is not normal. And then that little boy that had died of cancer, that like that hit me hard. I'm like, we got to go now. That was
And it
yeah,
was
yeah. That was weird to see them moving bodies.
Oh yeah,
was-
that was
a beautiful tribute these
Mm-hmm.
people did for their son. Like, it was set up like a football field, and
They had
just
a big plot, big
headstone,
huge area.
huge.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the beauty
Yeah.
and the we gotta go.
Yeah, the sorrow that was, you could feel the emotion, the residual emotion from the family still there. And it was too much for me. I'm like, I got to get out of here. That and they're moving bodies right here.
right.
It's like, time to go.
Yeah.
Road trip.
Yeah. So that's I don't know, but that sounds kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
What?
Yeah. So what else have you guys been up to? What were some of your recent trips?
Recent.
Back in March, we went to the McDonald B&B and
That was so much fun.
um,
And Melvin was part of that too.
Melvin was there. Bear is also investigated there.
Yes.
We won't say it's haunted. We'll say it's haunted. There's I did some EVPs. Vicki Norris was with us, and me and Vicki shared a room. So we recorded while we were asleep. And Bear and I went over and we were listening to it and analyzing everything. And you hear me snoring. I mean, I was and all of a sudden you hear, die. And then you hear me go, and then you hear a woman's voice go, wake up, Beth. And I'm like, what just happened? And
That's
then
kind of cool.
you hear like shoes walking on wood floor.
Mhm.
And I'm like trying to be well, maybe that's when I got up and went to the bathroom. And Bear looks at me and goes, so you were wearing heels while you were asleep and you just woke up and started walking across? I'm like, touche, touche.
Well, and we were downstairs, and Beth was up on the third. It was the third floor. We were on the second floor, and I guess it was like 3 or 4 in the morning. Wouldn't you say? And we heard the loudest, like banging and carrying on, and we didn't know what it was. So the next morning, I asked Beth. I said, Beth, did you and Vicki get up in the middle of the night or something? And we don't know what it was. And so I asked Bear what he thought and Melvin, and they both said, yeah, it was what goes on upstairs on the third floor. So, and that was right above our room. And it was so like what Beth was saying, it was steps, like boots, and then it was almost like somebody was banging against the wall, and it was a lot. So it woke us up.
Vicki has the recording where we're walking up the stairs to go to bed, and the minute my foot hits the last step, you hear bloom, 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 chasing me up the stairs.
Yeah.
I ran like a biatch.
Then there was the music that was in our room that really wasn't in our room.
True. That was Beth.
It wasn't Magic Mike that night, Magic Todd.
Oh, no.
What kind of music was it?
It was Genuine's Pony.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
that's
it
what
was.
it was.
Beth was playing a trick on me and Todd, and I thought it was
Oh.
spirits, and I was like, "Where is that
Because the
music?"
music, I don't know if it's just the way that the rooms were set up, but the music was coming from the far right side of the room, not where the door was. And she was holding her phone with the music playing under the door.
Oh, okay.
And I'm standing in the middle of the room, and the music was coming from behind me, and it's like, that's not right.
Yeah.
Hey Joe, I pulled out the old banner.
Good time.
Yeah, I was looking at that right now.
Yeah.
I was going to mention that.
I was like, you know what? Let me pull that out. I threw it up on the wall real quick.
Yeah,
I'm used to having
I
my
like that.
studio. It's kind of
Okay.
Melvin.
Melvin did bring up. Okay, so also on the recording
Yes.
where Vic and I were sleeping, you hear them come across and say they're virgins.
Yes.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Who was he
Vir-
referring to?
Because Melvin said it definitely wasn't the two that was in there. Good
Okay,
times.
moving on.
This is the next of the show.
Then I got a cool picture though while we were there too. Melvin took us to a church, and we do what we do. Goes, let's go this way. So we leave the cemetery, and we're just driving through, and I'm like, what is that? And I take a picture. Sure enough, there's an Indian standing.
As clear as day. Like
We
it
were
was
out.
crazy.
We were up in Indiana, and Indiana, for the most part, is flat. We went down this country road, and there's this one mound out there, just in the middle of this
It just looked odd.
forever flatness. And she took a picture of it, and there was part of the picture you could see what looked like an Indian in full headdress.
Wow.
There were animals around. One you could make out a wolf, and then there was like, it wasn't teepees. It was more of the rounded huts.
Yeah, the mud houses kind of.
So it was very interesting.
Well, Beth has a tendency, in a way, of really connecting with Native American spirit. I've seen it many times.
Yes.
Maybe.
Maybe, sort of. I just won't forget Montana.
My main spirit guide is a Lakota Indian warrior. And for some reason, if anything to do with Native American or slaves, they're there. And I'm like, okay, guys, let's get it on. Cowboys.
She is the thug.
Yeah.
Cowboys as well. Like that's Shannon. Matter of fact, she was at the Demon Theater that doesn't have a demon, but somebody said there was a demon. I was talking to her through video chat while she was there, and I saw Doc Holliday.
Oh, wow.
Doc Holliday, but that's my second time communicating with Doc Holliday.
That drives me nuts that
Huckleberry?
people manifest negative energy for attention.
Exactly.
You are warning what is going on with that location anyways, and like it's just
She
not
almost got
good.
hurt. I was livid. She couldn't breathe. She was choking.
Oh man.
It was a very weird night because there was a lot of things that were put in that situation that shouldn't have been, and I was stuck there. I didn't have my vehicle. I rode with other people, and then chasing down meth heads in the office buildings next door, and I'm like, I have nowhere to go. This is not safe. I don't want to be here.
Right.
I don't get down like that, guys. Like, we're not here to wrangle some people that have broken in and cooking meth. Like, that's not what I want to do.
And that makes it hard too.
Yeah.
Don't understand the importance. Like, unfortunately, she got stuck in a situation she had no clue that was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know the people that you're investigating with.
Amen.
That was years ago. And cool. Yeah.
I mean, I stayed on the phone with her, but she's not the only person that's been put in that position because we try to be friendly and we try to work with other people because that's what it's all about.
Right.
But then you get in there and then you get that. But then people don't understand what the big deal is. When you tell people, don't ever investigate by yourself. It's not just the spirit world you have to worry about.
Right.
It's the living that are the most dangerous.
Yep.
Right.
In those situations.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah. You know, like when I do my Bigfoot stuff, I'm more worried about people I run into than anything else. You know,
I'm more worried about snakes.
I'm more worried about
And being suction cup to a porta potty.
There's that. There's that.
That was at a jail.
Prison.
What in an outside porta potty? It was cold, and you'd be like,
Yeah, and I'm in the next porta potty next to her, and all you hear is, "Oh my god!" And I'm like,
And then you hear me outside laughing.
And then two
I would
other
have been
guys
laughing too
went,
hard.
"Ain't you being attacked by something in the porta potty?"
Attacked by the porta potty.
Right. That porta potty's gone, however. So
"Thank
Oh,
God!"
and just a little public service announcement, especially for any new potential investigators out there. When sometimes there's porta potties at locations because Zura's not running water. We all carry flashlights on us. Don't turn those on inside there at night. We can see everything you're doing. Like, I found out the hard way. I learned. I was like, okay, light out. It's like
and men, don't
silhouettes.
walk in front of thermal cams.
Yeah.
That too.
Oh, too funny.
Do you guys have thermal cams?
We do.
We've got full spectrum.
Okay, full spectrum.
We've got
I'm
the-
too broke to afford a FLIR. My brother's got one though.
Well, I've got a FLIR that it connects to my phone, but it don't work half the time.
Yeah.
I want a FLIR. I want a couple $1,000 FLIR.
Yeah,
Me too, Sean.
yeah, the one,
I might come out of retirement for a FLIR.
yeah, the one that I
It's
got,
a paraprostitute. Will work for paranormal equipment.
Mine just sits in the bottom of a case now, and what I haven't given away and what it hasn't doesn't have wires pulled here and there, just kind of, sensors popped in. So yeah, but you know what? I haven't been investigated in a while, and I did that one out there, that abandoned hospital, but I was more intrigued to do urban exploration there than I was anything else.
Yeah.
And so that I enjoyed that. And it was freezing out there that night too, but it was really wet and we had to be really careful. So I was more like in the cautious side, but I really am ready for like a good, just private investigation, not at an event, unless it was an event with you guys, of course, to go hang out and do one of your events as far as be a guest, or show up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ticket holder. There you go. But I just don't have the desire anymore to have events or anything. I just want to be low key, I want to come work with you. I want to come see you and let's do this because
understand, Shannon.
And that's one of the things that we're becoming more and more accustomed to. We don't carry a lot of equipment when we go and do our own investigations now. We carry a Paralight,
Paralight, Beth,
a REM pod, a
voice recorder,
and we've got an app that we use that we think of a lot of, and they're actually the manufacturers of that app are working on a new one that's going to be even better.
Chelsea.
Yeah, Necrophonics. And we've had things come through Necrophonics and had validation from them, from the property owners or through some of their research people, that is phenomenal. I was at an investigation at Old Stone Jail up in Kentucky. I had Beth on the phone, and we had a date. Well, first we had
His name.
I was shot.
Yeah.
Then we got a date, and then the sound of gunfire comes across this device or this app.
We had never heard that before.
no.
And we took the date. It was like April 8th. And we took that date to the curator, which happened to be Bill Wilkerson. About an hour later, he comes back and hands us a newspaper clipping. And, Ernie and I are standing there and we're reading it. And it's this past Saturday.
be right back.
This past Thursday. It was a Thursday paper. So this past Saturday, which was 5 days from the 13th back to the 8th. So that verified the date. It said that a inmate at the jail, had the name of the jail at the time. Inmate at the jail was found with a self-inflicted gunshot wound in his cell.
But he didn't shoot himself.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, how do you get a gun? Yeah.
They said he was a trustee. But there have been several people that we have come to meet, we shall say, that they did not hang themselves. They did not kill themselves. Well, one guy was set on fucking fire. I mean,
Yeah, it was cover-ups. There was cover-ups.
why would a trustee kill themselves?
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, she talked about the area where the person was burnt. That was 100 years ago. From time to time, you can walk in that cell and be run out of the cell from the smell of burn.
Yeah.
Really.
Burning flesh.
Other times, you walk in there and it's nothing.
And you'll see smoke sometimes too. Like you'll smell smoke as on top of it. Like you won't smell burning flesh, but you'll smell the smoke and you'll see it coming out of the cell.
Yeah.
Again,
And
that place is an awesome place to investigate if anybody ever.
what's the name of that place again?
It's Old Stone Jail in Franklin, Kentucky.
Okay. Cool.
I believe it's 5 or 7 miles from Octagon Hall. They're
Yeah.
like, you go right down the street.
It's 10 miles from Octagon Hall, according to the sign on Main Street.
But it feels like it's a
Sign
lot
is a liar.
shorter.
Do what?
The sign is a liar. I drive past it every day.
I agree. It is, because me and Todd have even had that conversation. I'm like, it lies.
Anyway,
So what do you got coming up as far as investigation?
Bears
Hey,
and
Papa,
six, he knows.
if anyone knows, he knows.
He does.
I can
So,
tell
Joe,
the sign said 10.
Bear is the caretaker of Octagon Hall.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. Good.
I want to go to Octagon Hall. I've been wanting to go there. I haven't been there yet.
Me too.
It's
I want
amazing.
to go there too.
It is my favorite. One, me and Beth and Todd, one of our favorite places. It is. It's got cryptics. It's got UFOs. I mean, we've experienced everything, like every aspect.
Joe, you definitely need to come out there. There's dog man.
Yeah, Jim.
This is something for like next year. You know, 'cause like I said, I got a busy rest of the year. You know.
Yeah.
Just reach out.
Busy man.
Reach out to Bear.
Go tomorrow.
Mel's going. Melvin's going tomorrow.
Joe will have his people contact your people.
I have my people contact their people.
Melvin, I may stop by to see you because I think I got to go to Bowling Green tomorrow.
It's a beautiful location, Joe, and Shannon, you'd absolutely love it. Eileen and Rebecca have got to come up, and Donald. Yeah, we'd love.
I've heard great things. Yeah.
We would love to just sit and talk to Bear. That's even what makes it even better.
Yes.
That's one of the best things about going to the hall is sitting down and talking to Bear and Melvin and that whole team.
Sitting on the back porch, and Bear sitting in the rocking chair, and Melvin sitting over there, and just taking in those stories. And let me tell you, wealth of information beyond wealth of information from those two guys, because they've been doing this for years, you know. And I mean,
And the best part is when Bear looks at you and goes, "Yep, that just happened."
Yep. And that's why I told you, Bear and I, we were almost at a point we just looked at each other. We were delirious and went, I think we quit. In one night, Bigfoot, UFOs, Dogman, a plethora of other stuff, all in one night. Just
yeah. And that's Octagon Hall, just sitting there.
And it's on the 37th parallel,
It's just
UFO highway.
highly anybody that's watching this show highly recommend you going to that place. It's amazing.
people talk about Skinwalker Ranch. Come to Octagon Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a heck of a place to go investigate, or at least to go hang out and visit.
Yeah.
If anything.
Definitely.
Oh yeah. And there's one group, they come every year for 18 years. They come out for 2 days every time. And they get great stuff. They have a great time because it's number one, they make it affordable.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not about money, but the hall does needs help to, if there's repairs that
Right.
need to be made. A storm came through and ripped the top of the barn off. I was there during this time. Saw it with my own 2 eyes. It just, you come in 12 hours. Where else are you going to get that? Like,
Yeah.
you
And,
don't
and the
get that.
the land just holds so much too. And I think, every time I know my personal, I love the land, just actually just sitting out there. And I know one night me and Todd were out there and there was these lights in the sky. And I kind of looked at him and I go, you know what? I never noticed these stars in the sky. And it was getting kind of dusky dark. And then we just kind of stayed out there, and one by one they would go out, one by one, and there was 3 lights just as vivid. And so immediately me and Todd back in and we're like, Bear, this is what we saw. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I mean, it's just a cool place. So
It's amazing.
I hear you. I like to get on a plane. it's past due.
Come on.
Yeah, no, I'm serious, man. I'd love to go down there. Like I said, I got a trip in October, then I got to go to California in November.
We'll be waiting for you, Joe. We'll be waiting for you,
So
brother.
if you're driving, it's on your way to New York.
Well, I'm probably flying. Maybe I'll jump out.
I've
yeah.
got
I just-
Alabama,
Get
Alabama in
your-
July. September, I have New Orleans, and I have Scotland in October. So
Oh, wow.
I'm looking forward to Alabama. That's going to be fun.
Melvin, I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah,
do one
yeah.
that says, I lost my draws at Octagon Hall.
That's it. That's perfect.
Yeah, we have one that says underwear changing moment.
Honey,
I miss
Well, I
those
just gotta pay for
rushes. I do. I miss those rushes, and luckily it's pretty quiet here. I almost moved into a house that was just might as well been the same or worse than the other one I lived in, that blue house, that horror story. And I almost put myself in that situation again. No one when I'm there checking it out, and still brown paneling walls in a well-known, anyways, it would have just been like the stupidest thing I could have done for peace of mind and stuff. But it's pretty quiet here. There's still, glimpses of shadows here and there, and it's normal. There's a little boy around here, but it's nothing. Very much at peace in this new place. I love it.
Well, it looks very peaceful. The yard, like the pictures you've posted, it is beautiful.
It is gorgeous. And I mean, it's just like the city ends and the country begins. Rolling hills, Texas is flat, but these are beautiful rolling hills with it's with the flowers, all the, the wildflowers that are blooming right now. I love it. I literally just driving home, I'm like, oh, I love living here. Walking out my front door. It's going to be a great place for 4th of July because we get so much skyline over the metroplexes. We're kind of up a little bit on a hill. So
Oh, that'd be
I've got my tranquil peace. So
Off Lake Worth, right?
ish.
Okay.
Yeah, the where I decided to move instead of that other house. Yeah, it's close. It's off White Settlement Road.
Oh, know exactly where you're at. No problem.
Yeah, but it's all out towards Aledo, though. It's out towards Aledo. It's not, guys. The term White Settlement. They tried to change the name. It was not passed, and the reason was there was because of the lakes, a lot of Native American settlements, and then back in the day, they used to tell people the White Settlement is that way, and they would point to White Settlement. So that's why they got, that's why the name stuck. But sometimes, especially because I work virtually, and I have hundreds of people that I interact with sometimes in a day on video streams and stuff, and if I happen to mention White Settlement, I'm like, oh, let me explain.
right.
You ain't seen nothing till you've seen Beth in White Settlement. Shannon's seen it firsthand, and she's like, "Oh Lord, dude, Jesus."
Horses and thugs.
All day.
So where do you guys want to go that you haven't gone yet?
Oh my. That's a good question.
Yeah, what's on that old bucket list?
Ohio
Does it have
State
to be here?
is one. I'd like to go visit.
Where?
Ohio State Reformatory.
I was supposed to go to that and I had to miss it. Yeah, because my job.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'd love to go
Going
back.
there again, Melvin.
Melvin, I will go back. Beth is like, no go.
I've heard that story. I've heard the story.
Which is totally understandable. But Willow's Week, ooh, I mean,
No, I'd love to go back
I would
to
like
McDonald
to go.
House with Melvin.
yes, Melvin, the McDonald's house. Let's go back. I'm ready. Beth,
I want to take you guys to Montana still. I would try to get anyone that I can that wants to go up there and get a hold of Stephanie
absolutely
Cox.
do that.
That Doom's brothel. That Doom's brothel. I mean,
Yeah.
you can see it on Ghost Adventures, whatever. But you can also see it on Dead Files. And it was funny as I watched those after I went there the first time, and I'm like, that's exactly what I picked up on. But it was the mecca of activity and interaction and sorrow. And I mean, just the mines actually go into the bottom, the basement of the brothel. So all the mine workers had to enter there. The girls, if they hit the bell to get security to come help them, they lost their pay. So they would get just completely mistreated. And like each floor as it went up was the class that it would go up. Like the doctors and lawyers were on the top. But like it was the longest running brothel in history. I think it shut down in the early 90s. But they would hide an old fridge. Girls would hide inside and lock themselves in from inside. And they would, that's just the prop. I mean, but there's so much sorrow there and craziness. What did you say? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'd like to go back to Ballinger and the Monroe House also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talking to the owner of the Dumas brothel, he's a really nice man. I had a 2-hour conversation with him.
Mm-hmm. They're good people.
There's another show that's out. Lee, you may have watched it. I think me and you talked about it. The one where the lady bought the haunted ghost town. She moved.
Yes, I cannot remember the name of it.
Well, there is that place in a particular house that's across the street. It's down the street from the brothel, and they're all connected.
It's Big Dog.
Where is this?
Have you guys ever done a ghost hunt at a secondhand store, Salvation Army?
I've done them at antique malls, and that was interesting out in Jefferson, Texas. That was like, oh, I was surprised about the activity there, but I have not done one at Salvation Army, but I bet that would.
Right.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Antique store with a serial killer in it. How about that?
We just did kind of a, I guess you call it a thrift antique store.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago that was surprisingly active. And there is a great little antique store across the street from Rosemont. It was a Pickle Treats.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spooky pickle.
Yeah,
Man,
it's what we call it, the spooky pickle. But there's an antique store that has a lot of secondhand stuff come in. But
it's haunted.
I mean,
just remember the brownies and the lemon chiffon frosting is
Oh
all
my
done
God.
made, so.
Do they have Cajun boiled peanuts? That's the question.
Shannon loves her nuts. I'm just saying.
no, but they do chocolate covered almonds and chocolate covered pecans.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I love pecans, man. Like, you can't go wrong with a pecan.
And if she knows Beth is coming, she makes
She'll
some
have
sort of weird
an array of stuff.
stuff.
That's my girl. She good people. I mean, it's a great location as well. I mean, you can't help it when there's good people. That makes things better.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's even better when you got the man sitting
But,
next to you.
I mean, it's some of those places.
Not you,
like
Joe.
Some of those places like that, those secondhand stores, the Salvation Army or Goodwill. You know, you just walk into some of those stores and you get that weird
Energy.
energy come over you.
Right.
Yeah, there's actually like an antique shop not too far from my house, and when I walk around there, it's got a weird vibe, and they actually even have like diaries from like the 1800s that they sell.
Oh,
And,
Shannon, I need to come
yeah,
down there.
Yeah, people talk in there about mines that they had bought and stuff like that. It's really cool. I need to buy me one.
I think they need to do away with all the creepy doll stores.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody's got a doll now. Every doll's haunted.
I don't.
Yeah.
But
I don't.
have
Every single one. I got it at Goodwill. It's haunted.
Right.
Isaac's
I've
in the
heard that a
truck.
lot.
Sorry, I know that I know for a fact I have been around dolls that were definitely had some energy to them. I will be the first one to say that, but not every damn doll is haunted. It's okay.
No.
You're lonely. No, but
Creepy.
there are some. There definitely are some. I'm not taking from anywhere or calling anyone out at all. But there is a doll phase going on right now. So,
Yeah. We,
no
Yeah,
disrespect.
so like I
I have to
collect these
agree to
Funko
that.
Pops, right? You know what those Funko Pops are?
Yeah.
yeah.
And I want to get the one Megan from The Exorcist, but I'm afraid that it'll have an attachment on it, so I don't want to buy
You're
it.
such a
Hey man,
I'm
listen to your
serious.
intuition.
I'm serious. I'm like, I don't want that one, but I don't want to get it done because I'm afraid of it. Might wake up
Hey.
in the middle of the
go
night.
out there trying to like hunt down Bigfoot and
Yeah.
scared of a plastic bobblehead.
Well, there is a Bigfoot Funko Pop out there.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Of course he does.
Melvin.
Yeah.
Not
Maple.
nice.
I love you, Melvin.
Well, cool, man. Hey, are you guys on TikTok or anything? I know Shannon is.
Yeah.
Right.
I haven't done anything on there in a long time. It's some old sappy let me get to 1,000 followers videos.
I don't do a lot on TikTok.
We are on, we're not on TikTok, but we're on Instagram and Facebook. And we've got all of our stuff on there. We've got the Bell Witch investigations on there. This weekend, we're going to be in Carthage, Tennessee at oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the hotel. It just left me. Do you remember, Beth,
The which one?
the name of the hotel that we're doing? And
Walton.
the Walton Hotel, which is really neat. And and then the actual Carthage City Hall that is no longer, they're no longer doing anything in there, and it's just like storage and stuff that's in there. But we've got that event with Mid Tennessee Paranormal this weekend, and Beth is going to be doing readings there, and
If you want to,
You need to. You need
I'm
to.
going to.
You need to.
and Shannon can attest to this. Beth is amazing with her readings,
Mhm.
and I mean, she's
To
awesome.
make you cry.
Definitely go check it out on Mid Tennessee's page.
Yeah.
It's Mid Tennessee Paranormal. We'll be investigating the Walton Hotel, the Smith County Courthouse. Check-in starts at 5 p.m. It looks to be a really good night. So it'll be an investigation with the Black Wolf and the Mid Tennessee Paranormal.
Nice.
And I finally got my page up, so Soul on Blaze is on Facebook right now.
Woohoo!
What's it called, Beth?
Soul on Blaze. I'm doing my readings, Reiki, stuff like that. It's all for humanity.
Now, there's Joe, I don't know if we mentioned this to you the last time we were on. We met a gentleman up in Indiana. Goes by the name of Squatch Man. What's his name?
Greg Yost.
Greg Yost.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him. Yeah.
We go up there from time to time and get out in the woods and do a little swatching with him. He would be a great one for you to have on your show. He loves to talk about the forest people and his connection to them. He's a genuine guy, and we back him 100%.
Yeah, he's just one of those just awesome people that really mean well and is going about, searching and trying to get the truth out there about Bigfoot. And it's so neat just to sit around a campfire. We've gone with him many times to just out in the woods. And I mean, we've had experiences, Beth, Todd, and I, all of us, we've had experiences out there in the woods, and it's just neat. He's a neat guy. So
Yeah, I know of him, and I've heard him on different podcasts,
Mhm.
so I'm familiar with him. I just never talked to him personally.
He seems really nice from my interactions that I've had. Yeah, very nice.
yeah,
Yeah, he's a very nice man.
Yeah, real down to earth, real humble.
He's also like 7 foot tall.
he is.
And if you would, please send me your group's Tennessee information, I'd like to look into that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
And I want to say it again. I miss all you guys. I do.
But we miss
We
you.
miss you so much.
You guys, it's good people. I want to be around good people, and you're good people. Joe's okay, but y'all are good people.
You are too.
I love Joe. Joe's that dude.
Yeah,
all,
he
all the girls.
Joe introduced me to you,
Joe's a hot
Beth.
commodity, man.
Well, I met you through Joe, through being associated with Joe and you guys. So, yeah, and that's just how that happens. And Eileen, and
Leanne and Beth got together on a 7-hour phone call.
It wasn't 7 hours.
It's not as well, man.
I mean, yeah, might as well have been.
Well, this is true.
All right,
I mean,
6
you gotta
hours.
remember, Joe's the hot grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
you're going to make his head blow up and he's going to float away like those bobbleheads behind him.
Oh,
Well, sorry to see you go, Shannon. See you there.
I love making with Joe. Joe's a dear friend to me. He's,
Yeah. So tell people where they can reach you guys, where they can find your pages and channels, or whatever you guys got going on.
Okay, it'd be our Facebook page, the Black Wolf Paranormal, Instagram, same thing. Beth has got her Soul on Blaze page that she just started, and she's amazing. So go look her up.
Talk about my
Don't tell her, but we really do love Beth too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
whole bunch.
Yeah. I love Beth too. But I love you guys too.
Yeah, we love you too, Joe.
a lot of love.
can you feel?
Shannon's okay.
I'm okay being okay. I like backseat now. I like,
When Beth found her
it's
swing the other
comfortable. Do what?
I said Beth found our swing the other day.
Don't get him started. Just go with it.
I don't. I shouldn't go with that. If I heard what I thought I heard,
Just
Yeah, you heard
yes, brain does
somebody
good
else's
things,
brain.
guys. I'm like
somebody else's.
Anyway,
plant hook.
Love you, Melvin.
love you too, Melvin.
Cool beans, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming on. It was fun having you. Man, the hour went by so fast.
But it did.
Mhm.
Thank you for
Yeah.
asking. It's
We
always a
didn't-
pleasure to see you, brother.
Did we talk about paranormal at all?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's one of those things too. I have a little note here in front of me of all the places that we've investigated. I didn't realize we've been to so many places.
yeah.
Wow.
Miss Joanne, love you.
Hey, Joanne.
Hey, Joanne. And thanks for asking me, Joe, if I wanted to jump on. He's like, don't tell Beth. I'm like, okay.
I'm so glad you did, Shannon. That's
Well,
awesome.
Shannon, Beth knew already. She's that good.
Yeah, Beth is good. And she called me today, and I was having dinner or lunch with my parents and Liam, and she got to say hi to my mom real quick, and she got to see her, and where she's at right now with everything. And then I tried calling her back, and she didn't answer. I was like, she already knows. Like, she just knows. I just want to see your beautiful face.
It's
Faces.
yeah, man. Beth is good. It was like remember it was last year, right, Beth, when we were talking,
Yeah.
and it was like, yeah. I mean, you just called me right out of the blue, and it was like I unloaded everything. Yeah.
Well, got to keep up with the people that I love and care.
Yeah.
So that are good people. You can make a difference in a lot of people's lives.
That leaves me out.
I love spending time with y'all. I wish it was under better circumstances than it was. Like, a lot of people didn't know what was actually going on at the moment, and I'm just, my energy was everywhere. I was like, but I really got to spend time with you guys, and I really enjoyed it. I wanted to have more time, so we definitely need to.
Oh, I finally found that audio recording of the conversation in that room, where I said all that stuff and don't remember saying any of it.
Yeah.
Like I said that.
That's awesome. Oh,
Well, cool.
What
You
else?
guys have anything you want to add or say to the folks, or any words of wisdom? I know Shannon don't have any words of wisdom.
Just
but
be kind. Be kind. Be truthful.
be kind. Did you hear that, Joe? Be kind.
yes, I heard that.
Peace, love, and love.
Well, cool beans. And, well, cool, man. It was great having you guys on. Shannon, it was great talking to you. You
Likewise.
For
know,
having us.
Yes.
Mexican, I like talking to you a lot. So thanks for your friendship. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Yeah, we chit chat a lot. So I appreciate that friendship as well.
And Todd and Leanne, I wish we could talk more. Hopefully we can, and I'll send you that information. And, I do enjoy watching you guys on Facebook. So keep it up, man. You guys are doing great.
Woo-hoo. Praise
We'll
the
do it. And just reach out anytime.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you guys too. You want me to share anything? Just tag me in it and I'll share it.
All right, great. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And I appreciate everybody in the chat room. You guys always do a great job. And thanks for tuning in. And I will see you guys, I think in 2 weeks. I think I have a show next week. So 2 weeks. So,
slacker.
yeah, I've been slacking.
I put mine on pause for a while. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Love you
Well, cool,
guys.
man.
Love you.
Love you.
Stick around,
What's
guys.
up?
I'm going to end the show. We'll talk off the